Hey guys, it's me Paco, and you're watching Bad Witch Books. Hey guys, today we're going to be going over my January haul. These are going to be all the books that I bought in the month of January, or I'm pretty sure these are all the books. So I've got about 11 books, give or take. There are some books that I did buy, but I'm not going to be sharing because they are SMP, and we will not be discussing those books on this channel. But let's get to it. So, first book I have here is for me and Jen from Genderqueer. We have the debut-a-thon, and this is the first book, So Let Them Burn, by Camilla Cole. Camilla Cole, I believe is the name. Gorgeous cover. Reverse. So, what I believe this is about a girl who had previously, before the book takes place, freed her country and gotten the colonizers out of the country. It's like an island fantasy. And a couple years later, after that happens, she goes to a peace summit, her and her sister gets bonded to a dragon from that country that colonized her people. And her gods, which I guess she has a connection with, tell her, not okay, we gotta cut this in the neck now. And she's like, do I want to kill my sister? So, that's all I know. I know it's sapphic and Jamaican-inspired fantasy. We love to see it. This cover is gorgeous. The meeting for this will be March. I'm going to be reading this month. When, we'll see. But very excited to read it. So she was blessed with a gift from the gods, but what good is the power if she can't save the person she loves most? Next book is my book club pick for this month, and that is The Witchery by S. Isabel. What I know about this book is it is about a coven of witches that go to a school for witches, and there is something that is attacking the town folk around the school, and so it's up to our coven of witches to save the day. It says, meet your new favorite squad of witches. The Witchery by S. Isabel is filled with dark magic, bewitching prose, and enchanting characters. It has everything I love. This is in a book, Badass Witches, it gives the romance and of horror. Isabel is a powerful new voice in young adult fantasy, and this is a debut you do not want to miss. And that was from Aiden Thomas Cemetery Boys. I didn't know that Aiden Thomas had a blurb on this, which is yes, even more. But very excited to read this. This is my book club for the month, so I will be reading this month. Next is a sequel, Reckless Oath. This is the sequel to A Ruinous Fate. A Ruinous Fate follows a witch who has to roll a dice, and if the witches all have to roll a dice, and if they get the same, I think if they get six times, they are conscripted to join, they're both the prophecy chosen. And our main character has 5 of the same marks, and she is trying to change her fate. And this is the second one, and I'm very excited to read it. Love the character on the cover. It's a siren in the series. Very excited to continue this. Was very surprised by book 1. Next is another book for me and Jen's debut-a-thon, and that is Voyage of the Dam by Frances White. So this book takes place on a boat where I believe a bunch of royalty are on this ship and someone dies. And of course, it could only be someone on this ship, and so they have to figure out who done it. And I'm very excited to get into this. I know it's queer. I heard the main character, I think, is also plus size, so love the representation in that. We will be doing the meeting for this, I think in May. Check back with me on that. But Voyage of the Dam. We can get Murder Tonight we party. Next is Destroy the Night by Bridget Kemmerer. This is the third and last book in Defy the Night trilogy. I am very excited to get into this. I actually went to an event for Miss Kemmerer. I will post a picture somewhere. But I went to this event, and I'm very excited to finish out this trilogy. If you don't know, this book follows Tess, who is a apothecary by day, and at night she goes out and steals from the royal family the only known medicine for this plague that is going around, and shit happens there. One is her POV, the other is the king's brother, as the King's Justice as he was trying to deal with the issues plaguing the kingdom. But I really enjoyed book 1. Book 2 was alright. Very excited to get to book 3, especially like having been at the event that Bridget Kamar was at. I high-key enjoyed it, and I'm very ready for book 2 to finish out this trilogy. Next book I got was Feybound by Sahara El-Arafi. This is the same author of The Final Strife. This is their romantasy debut, I believe. So, elven sisters become imprisoned in an intoxicating world of the Fae, where danger and love lie in wait. Feybound is the first book in an enchanting new trilogy from sometimes best-selling author The Final Strife. I'm very excited to read this. Very excited to see how this author handles romantasy. I am very excited to read this author's original series, The Final Strife, so we'll be starting that this year for my book club, but I've heard nothing but great things about this, so I'm very excited to get into this. Next is a book that is on my 24 for 24 that I said I wasn't going to do, that I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do, and that is A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. This is a book, it is about the brides of Dracula. I know it's very queer, very spooky, because it's Dracula, and very beautifully written. It's a short book, too, I think. It's only, like 300 pages. I'm very excited to get into this. This will probably be an October read, but we love it. Look at that cover as well. I will be reading Education and Malice, I believe, next month for Princess's Book Club. So next is To Shape a Dragon's Breath by Monquil Black Goose. This is the first book of a series, I believe. But this follows a indigenous woman who gets a dragon and has to go to a school for training dragons. And I'm very excited to read this. This is also part of my 24 for 24. And I'm just very excited. I've heard nothing but great things about this series, or this book. And I'm loving the dragon era that we are in right now. Loving it. The next book we have here is The Jadair by Sarah Hassan. Got a hardcover, thankfully. From the Ashes, Rise the Queen. Get ready for an unmissable tale of shattered kingdoms, forbidden magic, and cunning royalty in Egyptian-inspired epic fantasy debut. I'm very excited to read this. From what I know, it is about a kingdom that has fallen, and the heir is presumed dead, but she is found by the kingdom's prince, I believe, that conquered her, and he's like, hey, you want to survive, I need your help with something, and they have to work together or something, and I know it's a romantasy. Very excited to read this. We will be reading this, I believe, for Princess's Book Club later in the year. But I found a hardcover edition, and I was like, I had to buy it. Next book is Avengers, Impossible City. This is volume 1 of a new run by John McKay. Jed McKay. They came dating like any other when Earth's mightiest heroes found themselves open to a common threat. On that, the Avengers were born to fight a foe no single could withstand. The team consists of the Star, Captain Marvel, the Icon, Captain America, Sam Wilson, the Witch, Scarlet Witch, the Construct, the Vision, the God, Thor, the Engineer, Iron Man, the King, the Black Panther. Very excited to read this. I like this team's lineup, even though I'm not the hugest Avengers fan. Like, if anything, I'm more of a Justice League or X-Men fan. But I love Wanda, I like Carol, and I like Sam Wilson. So I'm excited to read this run eventually. It says the Star, the Icon, the Witch, the Construct, the God, the Engineer, the King. Very excited to see how this run turns out. And lastly, we have the first book I bought this year when I went to Target, and that is Their Vicious Games by Joelle Willington. This is about a girl who I think she has to compete in a contest for something, and it's like a grand hunt for something, and I think it has to do with the rich society, and I'm very excited. I've heard great things about this, and look at this cover, it's just gorgeous. But, of all the books that I've got, I think the one I'm most excited for is Ruthless Oath or So Let Them Burn, which will be probably one of my next reads. But that is what I read this month. What did you guys, not read, but bought this month? Did you guys buy a lot? Do I need to go on a book buying ban? Maybe. Not in February because it is my birthday month and fight me. But maybe in March I will go on a book buying ban. But yeah, I will see you guys later. I post new videos every Friday, or I try to. I will be trying to do more vlogs. We'll see. I've been very too busy and distracted with doing vlogs. But yeah, and I will see you guys next time.